Here, yeah? Yeah. So, today I'm here to present what our honors program is doing and what is the vision of our university. We're going to start with some introduction, what is our honors program, then have something about conclusion and recommendations, and the end what we think it has still to be done. So, I'm studying at Fontys University of Applied Sciences, which is based in Eindhoven. Eindhoven is a region with really big companies like Philips and ASML who changed the world and who are still changing it. And what is different for our university is that we're not only trying to educate our students, we're not only trying to give them that technical skills, we're not only trying for them to know what is analog electronics. We want from them to think bigger. We want them to be bigger than what they are, and this is our motto. How do we try to prove our vision that they need to think bigger and they need to be really bigger from what they are? We're trying to implement new programs like our honors program called Proud. What is Proud? Proud is standing from Program Outstanding Development. It was established in 2009, and as outstanding is standing there, it's an honors program. So we have the outstanding students grouped in one. It's a program only for our electrical engineering students, so it's all about engineering in it for now. And yeah, it's based on extracurricular activity. So it's hard to define what is extracurricular activity in this case. So how we define it is that our students are going to work 1 or 2 days of the week, depending on their schedule, in an electrical environment. So they're going to work in a company where they can have a touch of the technology. It's from 8 to 16 hours a day. For us, it's mandatory that the students are going to work for 1 day, and if they can, of course, second day is always better. So what they need to do is to work on hard on their excellent portfolio. In Proud, every student has its own portfolio when he's writing down what he's doing for the program. And at the end, to be proud that you're part of Proud, you receive a certificate for it. So, as every other organization, you get accepted into it. How do you get accepted? In our organization, we have requirements, simple as that. You need to successfully graduate the first year. Then you need to have a GPA of 7 or more. But of course, this is not something that it can distinguish you as an honor student, right? It's not that much outstanding. What is outstanding is that we're doing an interview with the student, and for that interview he has to show many different skills and qualities as a person, because after your first year in university you cannot really show much technical skills as much as you can show your character and what person you are. And here you can see a graph of how our acceptance is going. It's for the past 3 years, and we have interested, applied students, and then we have accepted. We have many interested students in our programs. At the end of the day, it's an honors program. Most of the students want to be in. Then we have how many students really applied, because we're introducing our program in the beginning of the year, and many students cannot apply because they cannot take their certificate from the first year. And at the end, we have the accepted students. So we see that 116 wanted to be in Proud, but only 31 got accepted into our program.
Is that Estonia?
Sorry?
Was that Estonia?
EE stands for electrical engineer, and it's our...
It's our international department.
It's our international program.
Dutch department, electrical.
NL is our Dutch department, because we're divided into Dutch and international studies, in which one is in English and the other one is in Dutch. That's why it's divided in this way.
We had to kind of pilot over here for the international students, also to see how they fit in the companies and where we could work with.
Yeah, so let me explain what we're trying to do. So imagine a group of people who look that cool like this one, and we take that group of people, we took them in the middle of the sea and we drop them there. So what will happen when they return back? This is a question that we've asked. First of all, they'll learn to swim, right? And most important, they'll become more experienced from that. And this is what we want in Proud. We want to give the chance to our students to learn how to swim and to become more experienced. Of course, nothing in life is free, so what we want from them is simple. We want them to help each other. We want our students to help their fellow students. in Proud organization, but also in the university itself. In this way, we can first make the university a better place, and after we really teach the best engineers, we can make the world a better place. As Proud student, you need to follow some example of rules, like your duties are first, as I said, to share your experience, because when you're in school you get something, but it's not what you really get in the industry. In the industry you get much more. You get in touch with the technology, and very important, you get in touch with people working there, and you see what is the environment there. You need to go give workshops. The workshop can be on every topic that you can think of. It's up to the student to feel confident to do that workshop and to show to the other students what they can do. Also, in our school, in our university, we have projects absolutely every year of your studies from 2 to 5. And our Proud students need to guide one of those projects for at least a half semester, or if he wants, he can guide it for a full semester. The really nice part about this one is that if our Proud student is doing some project in his company, he can continue to improve that project in our school. So the group of students can work on the project that he is working on in his company, and also guide them to reach a better level. Last but not least, of course, he can become part of our Proud committee, in which we are taking part to improve the curriculum by having contact with the students mainly, and also taking into account the teacher's opinion. And of course, the selection of the new members. They are the future always. So what we decided to do is this. As I said, we're going to take the group, we're going to throw it in the middle of the sea, but do we really expect that everyone can swim? Are they going to all come back with us? And rises the question, do our students, can they really swim? So we decided to conduct a research about our organization and see really if our program is influencing the GPA of the students. And if it's influencing, how does it influence the GPA? Is it influencing it positively or negatively? So what we did is this. We first studied what is the work quota of our students. So if we see and imagine that this is the student work quota of our normal students in our university, this is the work quota of our Proud students. So they have to spend 25% more of their time to work on their Proud activities. But how is this affecting the GPA? What do you think? How is it affecting the GPA?
It can either be that they're just too busy, so it's going down.
So it's going down.
Or it adds up.
From the student, but if they're really interested in what they're doing, I suppose it'll just shoot up.
I think so too, but maybe in time it'll take longer. So they keep a longer time than
Yeah. What do you think?
maybe it's for what you have to do. It's staying the same,
Yeah.
but I think they're better based in what they are doing. So after that, I think there will be a quicker progress.
So do you think they're gonna feel more confident after graduating?
Yes.
And this is what we think also. Our hypothesis is that actually that, as you said, they're gonna decrease their GPA because of this 25% workload more. We did some studies, and our research, we found some references in which it stated really that if you work more, you are losing the balance between studying and work. But nowhere was said if that work is connected to your study. It was all about students who are studying at the same time and also working.
What does GPA mean?
GPA stands for grade point average, which is
based on the tests you gave them at the university.
yeah,
Yes.
depending on the mark.
Regular test.
Well, they might learn much more, but which is not part of the test.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
So it's the program is having common.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. The GPA is the yep.
I was just thinking, who cares about GPA as long as they pass? Because inside them, they must have some more creativity and ability to innovate and to think critically and perform at a higher level.
Yes, you're absolutely right, and this is part of our recommendations, because for now on, what we've did in our research is that we've conducted the research in a way that we're using only the marks. So we're based on the marks of the research, which at the end, to be honest, it's not really what we're looking for. It's just the beginning of our research and the beginning to see if our Proud students really got help from the organization itself by providing them the chance to work in a company. But for now on, the only thing that we have done is to compare the GPA of the students and what is their improvement through the years.
Maybe in addition to your question, we were wondering, are we not asking too much from our students, because they have to do that for almost 3 years, you know, and when their average of grading is going down and everything is negatively influenced on their results of school, then we maybe have to stop the program. That was in our mind. That was our first test in this way, to see what are the grades doing compared to the other students. So,
What is
is
the
our honors program valid enough?
what is the effect on the amount of people who are passing or failing their exam? What big difference is there?
You mean with the Proud
So
students?
when you have 100 students,
Yes.
and 100 students are doing their exams, and from the 100 students they're following the Proud program, the average GPA, the GPA is I say 6.1, and from the normal students it's 7.
Yeah.
I say, and but when it's 6.1 and everybody gets the 6.1, everybody passes the exam. So, is there? Do you have you had a look at the amount of students who pass their exams?
No, we haven't taken into account. We have taken into account the marks of students who have passed and who hasn't passed. So in our research, we took part even the marks with the people who got 4 on their exams, even if they don't pass.
Yeah.
But the only thing we compare is the average between them. So the average
So
of
then
the
the 4 was taken in the
yeah.
average.
But it was also taken as a note.
Yes.
It's also putting its weight on the average mark.
Yeah.
And then
But-
the average mark is going down.
Yeah. Okay.
But not by. You say that's another research you can also submit. So we have to know that. That is a good question. There are so many things you can do with marks, and okay, we only have to say do it first, like quick and dirty, and that's what we present over here. And because of the results, we're going to have dive deeper. And for example, look also what is gaining in our honor student, and what have they gained. That are completely different competences than only a grading of your exams.
So I don't think that employers, prospective employers, ever ask for a
No, they don't.
grade list.
No.
No,
So
no.
that's why I say
Yes,
employers,
yes.
unless they don't have.
Yeah. They want a diploma at least.
That's it.
Yeah, but the idea about the GPA is that we see that we're not really acting on the program badly. So we don't want our students, because of their activities in work, they're gonna have lower grades in university. Because in one way, we don't want to influence both of the activities, neither with school on Proud activities or with Proud activities on the school activities.
And if you turn it the other way around, because it could also be that like the Proud program might actually influence the curriculum, so they actually do get better GPAs because it matches their work experience a lot better. So then you're changing the system.
Yeah. That's
You
also
probably
possible
thought about that
because
as well.
They give workshops and they help other students and they bring in new technologies at school. So it's really, for the curriculum, it's really outstanding.
Yeah, but what I meant to say is maybe that the courses in the program are not really matching what they're learning on the work placement.
Yeah, but then they come to us and say, why are you not teaching the right stuff?
Yeah, so that's a good,
But
good
that's why
thing.
we really ask them to be critical at the curriculum and come back, and we have every year a few sessions to see, okay, what should we improve and what should we change.
But then the GPA might actually rise because they're learning the same.
Yeah, that would be even better. I don't know whether GPA will rise.
Do you already have the outcome?
Yeah, because we have to look at the time.
Yeah.
Okay, so what we've done. So, come on, I finished with the notes. Okay. What we've done until now is we took a simple statistics with 84 students, from which 32 are Proud students, and the other 52 students are students who applied to Proud but did not get accepted into the program itself. So we took students from the second, third and fourth year, because to enter into Proud you have to graduate your first, so the first year in Proud is your second year in your studies. So what we did, Yes, we're taking into account only the first 2 years of the studies, so we can compare what is the difference between before entering Proud and after entering Proud. The things what I said, we're making an average of the 2 years, and it's a group mark. So all 52 students have 1 mark for their 2 years. It's an average of all of them, which is some of the marks divided by the courses that they have. And then we have a percentage of improvement, which for the Proud students is their year before and after joining Proud. And then we have for the other students who were applied to Proud and did not get accepted, again, their second year compared to their first year. Everything that we did is calculated in percentage. And this is what we get. In the comparison between the average mark, we see that the Proud students do really have with 15.7% higher GPA. But here is what we ask ourselves is, do they really have a higher GPA because they're the better students? Yeah, we didn't know the real cost of this one. That's why we have some recommendations after that. And then for the percentage of improvement, we see that Proud students, after joining Proud, compared to before joining Proud, they're lowering their result with 5%. So they do not increase their average mark in the second year, but they are decreasing it in 5%. To make it measurable, of course, we did the same thing for the other students. And we see that they have with 12% lower marks in the second year. So which is making that our Proud students do not really have lower marks compared to their fellow students who did not get accepted into Proud. So what is the conclusion after all? After doing all that statistic, we concluded that Proud students do really have higher marks than the other students, and they succeed to sustain their high grades. What is the conclusion? Okay, we have higher grades and we can sustain them. The conclusion is that our Proud activities do not have a negative effect, but we need to research the positive. We know that they sustain their marks and they have higher, but we don't know why. As recommendations, we would like to give first to be used more sources than only the marks. This cannot be the only source for this type of research because we're talking about people. When you talk about people, there are so many factors that you need to take into account. It's not only the statistic of it. And then research about to define the competences of excellent engineer. Because we're talking about the engineering world, we want to define what are those competences that one engineer should have, and then compare those competences to our students. Do they improve after entering into Proud or not? And at the end, the most important thing is, how do Proud activities affect the GPA? How?
The GPA of the Proud students or the students in general?
First, yes, this is the question about the GPA of the Proud students.
Okay.
The other
You were
one,
interested in general. I like your idea. Influencing.
I can imagine if you do not get into the Proud program, you might get less motivated for your studies, and it might affect your marks as well. But that's just because I'm more into the psychology department. Yeah.
Oh, you have a few students who are in that, say, gift.
Yeah, because
They really wanted to be in the Proud program and they were not accepted by one reason or another.
and they probably lose motivation, and that might affect their GPA as well. But that's just hypothesis.
Relationship between start of the study and end of the study, like motivation is high in the beginning, go down, and go at the end.
Thank you.
thank you very much.
Well done, postdoc.
Thanks.
Do you have to be somewhere else, or do you have time for questions?
Oh, I have time for questions.